Experiencing the Christ the Redeemer is the most beautiful thing in our life. Dear friends, the Gospel of John, chapter 7, verses 40 to 53, we see people around Jesus had different opinion over the words of Christ. Some said, this is really prophet, whereas some said, this is Christ, and even some of them were confused about the root of Jesus. Today we are faced by a question, what is our experience of Christ? St. Paul in his letter says, for to me to live is Christ, and to die is gain. St. Paul spoke from his abundant experience of Christ, which means whether we live or die, it should be for Christ. The words of Christ should touch our hearts and it should provide renewed experience to the people whom we encounter in our day-to-day life. Perhaps each one of us defines Christ according to our personal experience. For some, Christ is healer. For some, Christ is the one who settled down all our financial crises. But Gospel is very clearly telling Christ is the Redeemer who came to redeem us from the clutches of our sinfulness. For a follower of Christ, Christ should be a Redeemer. We have reflected upon the life of St. Augustine, a man who lived based on the demands of the world, but finally he realized only God can give him rest in his life. Experiencing the Christ the Redeemer is the most beautiful thing in our life. The Gospel of the day is challenging us to understand the Christ as our Redeemer. Jesus says it very clearly, I have come to call the sinners, not the righteous. Today let us ask ourselves, how do I define Christ in my life? Amen.